You're listening to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast.
What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hakamadi ENC, and we are checking out our Attitude Era covering WWF Raw Is War from September 20th, 1999, live in Houston, Texas, the last Raw before Unforgiven. And we start our Raw with the new WWF Champion Vince McMahon coming out with the title around his waist. Vince's last Thursday when Triple H provoked me, it was me attempting to get Triple H's ass. Thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin, I became the WWF champion. Being champion is all business. Per our contract, I'm prohibited from affairing in WWF business. I am relinquishing the title and declare that the winner of the six-pack challenge at Unforgiven will be the WWF champion. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. Austin says, even though we hate each other's guts, the place hasn't been the same without you. With you taking yourself out of the match at Unforgiven, I'll take your place and take back my WWF title. With that, Triple H and Chyna come out. Triple H says, Vince McMahon, you got two choices. Either give me my slot in the title match, or you will personally watch one of your family members take a ride out on a stretcher. Shane comes out. Shane says, as my mom said last week, you dug your own grave. Tonight, it's you and Chyna versus Vince and me. Then Austin says, grow a set, Vince, and take back your company. Vince says, you know damn well about our contract. I can't do anything about it. Austin says, the fine print says I can reinstate you. I'll do that if you grant me my title shot. Vince says, I'm reinstated and you will get a title shot. You will meet the winner of the six-pack challenge. Triple H will be in the match. Triple H says, screw you, and Vince says, screw you. Since referees are striking, Stone Cold Steve Austin will be the guest enforcer in that six-pack match. So Triple H again getting screwed over here. We see The Rock backstage with a cop named Louise. They're dancing. It's her birthday, and he gives her $100. We see Mideon and Mankind fighting in the boiler room. Viscera helps Mideon attack Mankind along with the Big Show, but then The Rock attacks him and helps Mankind. And a lot of backstage assault happening again here on SmackDown from the previous week on Raw. We have Chris Jericho taking on Mr. Ass. Chris Jericho has Chris feud with him.
I'm an ass man.
Jericho applies the walls of Jericho, and Mr. Ass is knocked out, and Chris Jericho gets the win. We get a Rock and Mankind promo in it. The Rock puts his shirt over Michael Cole and talks about Unforgiven. WWF Women's Champion Ivory comes out next and claims that everyone are a bunch of cockroaches. Ivory says Luna has requested a title match at Unforgiven. This belt finally has grace. I'll define it against any skink or filthy beast. I challenge anyone from the crowd. And a lady in the crowd comes forward, and it's Luna. Luna attacks Ivory and hits a sit-out powerbomb, and Luna gets a pin over the women's champion. D'Lo Brown gets interviewed backstage. D'Lo says, this is a friendship loss. You stabbed me in the back and you drew a line in the sand, Henry. Then Mark Henry attacks D'Lo with a steel chair and trash cans and getting payback from last week on Raw. Vince tells Shane backstage he's not 100%, but will give it the best he's got in their tag match. D'Lo Brown gets in the car and drives off. Test challenges Jeff Jarrett to a match, but Jeff wants it to be a mixed tag match. And Stephanie agrees and says, you're on. The Dudley Boyz defeat the New Brood with Gangrel during the match. The Acolytes come out on commentary. Stevie Richards comes out dressed as a Dudley Boy. And Steve and Gangrel fight on the floor. And Bubba lands a power bomb to Jeff Hardy on the floor. And a 3D to Matt. And the Dudley Boyz get the win after the Dudleys and the Acolytes fight at ringside. We see Jeff Jarrett backstage and he puts a figure 4 on the makeup lady. We then have the mixed tag team match. Tess and Stephanie McMahon defeat Intercontinental champion Jeff Jarrett and Debra after Tess hits a pump handle slam Jarrett a flying elbow, and he puts Stephanie on top of Tess, and Stephanie pins Intercontinental champion Jeff Jarrett. After the match, Jarrett yells at Debra, and he applies a figure 4 to her, and that ends their relationship, it looks like. We have the Dark Side Rules match for the WWF Tag Team Championships. The champions beat Undertaker and the Big Show, defending against Mankind and The Rock. Undertaker joins commentary, and during the match, Mideon and Viscera attack The Rock and Mankind, but Kane shows up and helps The Rock and Mankind, allowing The Rock to hit a rock bottom of Mideon and a people's elbow, and The Rock and Mankind are new WWF Tag Team Champions again. Mariana's backstage and she has a bruise. She acts like she's scared of Chaz. Police take Chaz away for pretty much assaulting Mariana. Undertaker tells his group that he wants Kane's heart in his hands. We then have Shawn Stasiak taking on Steve Blackman. Val Venus comes out with Steve Blackman's weapons bag. Steve grabs the bag and it ends up being a vibrator in it. And then Shawn Stasiak rolls up Steve Blackman to get the victory. The Undertaker comes out. Undertaker says, Kane, you're weak and a coward. Tonight it ends. Someone is leaving flat tonight. Kane comes out, and the Big Show, Mideon and Viscera attack him. They pour gas on Kane, but Mankind runs out with a baseball bat along with The Rock to help.
Can I put a little something in there?
What?
This is like the first time we see a little bit of the Undertaker being the American badass, not coming down in full costume.
Yep. Jeff Jarrett tries to hit Chyna backstage with a guitar, but the referee stopped that from happening. Triple H comes out with Chyna, and Triple H says that Unforgiven, I'll prove that I am the game and I will be WWF champion. We see a forklift has Vince McMahon boxed in, so instead of Vince teaming with Shane tonight, it will be Test. And this was a decent back and forth tag match. However, during the match, Jeff Jarrett comes out and fights with Chyna, and they go to the backstage, so Triple H is alone. Triple H low blows Shane. He punches the referee, nails a pedigree to Test and to Shane, and then Triple H rams a steel chair to Test's shoulder and rams the chair in the leg of Shane McMahon, almost injuring Shane like Triple H did to Austin at SummerSlam. A lot of action here on SmackDown. We got one more, I'm sorry, on Raw. I don't know why I'm saying SmackDown here. I feel like this is an episode of SmackDown on Raw. We got one last stop before Unforgiven 1999, and that is SmackDown. So we'll be dropping that shortly. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.